Hi everyone, welcome on board to helper.tv, where you get the reliable news that is tailored for you, and of course where you can actually comment and interact. I say a very big thank you to those who have taken time to subscribe to this channel, and if you're yet to subscribe, kindly tap on that subscription button and also the red bell icon so you will be notified whenever videos such as this are uploaded.
So guys, in what is generally considered to be long overdue, S0W0RE, the founder of Sahara Reporters and the 2019 presidential candidate for the African Action Congress (AAC), has finally met the bail conditions imposed on him and his comrade following his arrest on like to use the word kidnapped, abducted, on August 3rd, 2019 for alleged treasonable felony after launching a protest which he tagged Revolution Now against the government. The news of his bail was released by Mr. Falana in court on Wednesday, 6/11/2019. Mr. Falana, senior advocate of Nigeria and the lawyer of the detained convener of the revolutionary protests, Mr. S0W0RE, and his co-defendant Olawale Bakare, said his clients have met the bail conditions set by Justice Ufoma Ojukwu. This is the judge that the federal government shopped so she could perform their own bidding, do what they want. Both S0W0RE and Bakare are facing a charge of treasonable felony, like I said earlier, preferred against them by the trumped up charges by the federal government and the Department of State Services. As you know that initially S0W0RE was already granted bail by Justice Taiwo, and right now Justice Taiwo is being persecuted because the federal government believes that he granted S0W0RE bail in a softer ground, and that is why they've decided to terrorize the man. He said the Department of State Service, in whose custody the defendants have been detained and from where they were produced in court on Wednesday, have denied the lawyers access to the defendants. The trial has been adjourned till 5th and 6th of December 2019. Justice Lucia Ijoma has softened S0W0RE's bail conditions on 21st October, slashing the deposit required from 50 million to 20 million. It was initially 100 million. The 52-year-old judge on October 4th granted S0W0RE 50 million bail with two shorties in like sum and ordered that a deposit of 50 million naira be made as security. Ojukwu said all earlier bail conditions by the court remained and emphasized the restraining order on the defendants from participating in rallies due to the nature of the case. The court ordered that S0W0RE's shorty must reside in Abuja with landed property in Abuja with the bail sum. What the bail sum? They are to deposit the original title documents of the property with the court. She also barred S0W0RE from traveling outside of Abuja and the second defendant outside of Osogbo during the pendency of the case. So like I said, this is long overdue. The founder of Sahara Reporters has stayed too long in detention of this DSS, in the captivity of these kidnappers called DSS, and of course this Buhari's administration. He has finally met the bail conditions imposed on him, and of course the guy called Monday too. They've met the bail conditions for this alleged treasonable felony. The news of his bail was released by Falana, and he said, "I have already explained to the learned prosecuting counsel that we are incumbent by the refusal of the State Security Service to allow us to prepare for the defense of the defendants." In his words, he said, "I had already asked my learned counsel for the prosecution that we are confident that the defendants will be freed today, Wednesday, from the custody of the DSS, having met the bail conditions imposed on them by this honorable court. Once they are liberated from the custody of the DSS, we will be in position to take full instruction from them." That is what they said. So guys, this is a very good news anyway. This is a very good one. As you all know that S0W0RE refused the bail that Apostle Johnson Suleiman was trying to push at him. Why? Because of some issues with interest. He has once done a write-up article, investigative, supposed journalism about Apostle Johnson Suleiman, where he said he fleeces the members of the church, and of course the Otobolization saga that the lady came back finally, and there was a lot of hush about the matter. But well, he wanted to stand for Sowore. He said it online. We are not sure if he's just writing this to create a kind of he wants to go viral. I wouldn't know what his intentions are anyway. But Sowore legal team, they refused one because Apostle Johnson Suleiman does not fit into the bail condition. The shorty must be resident in Abuja, and everyone knows that Apostle Johnson Suleiman lives in Edo State, Nigeria. So it's not just possible for him, and I don't know if he has properties anyway, but if he has a property in Abuja, he might decide to drop the document, and no one is going to say this is where you live, this is where you reside, this is where you're domiciled. He can't tell them I have a church in Edo State but I live in Abuja, and he can decide to drop that, and of course the rest of the bail conditions if he can fulfill that. But they said he cannot fulfill the bail condition, so they refused that. And they also say conflict of interest, that Sowore is not going to rub shoulders with certain groups of people that he has already tagged as corrupt, because he is in jail, he is in detention right now as a result of his fight against corruption, either religious corruption or political corruption. They are all the same. It is more or less fleecing, oppression, oppressing Nigerians, oppressing members of your church, oppressing them because they see you as someone that is close to God. And also the government that is supposed to be a servant is also seen as the almighty and the omnipotent, which they are not. So this is why Omoyele Sowore is in detention. So guys, how do you take this? How is it to you that finally Omoyele Sowore will be released? But then I need to point something out to you, that even though he's being released now, he cannot grant any interview, and I don't think he'll be able to make use of social media to speak online. This might be termed as him flouting the court ruling. That is one. They might say he's disobeying the court ruling. So they said he cannot address any crowd. He cannot even speak to any media personality. He can't grant any interview, and he will not leave Abuja. So definitely there must be a property in Abuja that Omoyele Sowore will actually be residing without having to pay, because that I don't think he has any property. He's not like any of those corrupt politicians that have properties everywhere. So let us review this bill terms and condition. If the money is paid and Omoyele Sowore leaves the custody of the DSS, how do you think life will be? Do you think Omoyele Sowore is the kind of person that can actually keep his mouth shut and he's not going to say anything? He has activism. Revolution is inside of his bloodstream. So I don't think Omoyele Sowore will keep quiet. Omoyele Sowore will want to find a way to speak. And I think this DSS and Buhari, they have a pattern. And from what I'm foreseeing is that once Omoyele Sowore speaks, they will watch him closely. Once he speaks, that is all they need. Once he speaks, either he speaks using his own personal platform, probably he speaks on probably make use of social media, Facebook or YouTube, to express himself. They will term this as if he's granting interview, and they will say, oh, this is the reason why we said we don't want you out. And immediately they might even say he has continued to become a nuisance, that he's trying to disrupt public peace, he's trying to do this and that. And the same approach that he applied to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because one of the issues here is that they claim that he met with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and they claim that Mazi Nnamdi is a terrorist, while they are the ones that are the terrorists. They are the terrorists. Buhari's administration and the rest of the saboteurs in the eastern part of Nigeria that are part of this administration, and they are supporting this administration, supporting this tyranny. They are the terrorists in Nigeria. They are the Boko Harams in Nigeria. So these people might decide to apply the same logic. Once Sowore speaks, they give him like 1 or 2, 3 speech. Once they realize that he has done that, the next thing they will do is to send in the military or send in some members of the DSS. And of course, either Omoyele Sowore accepts to be arrested, that is if they don't shoot him and they claim that he was trying to attack them, because there's nothing these people cannot do, they are evil. And if Omoyele Sowore is shot, from the way I see things right now, I don't think people will really stand up for him. No, people will not really stand up for him. So it's a very lone, it's a journey that it is kind of scary. It's like you are alone as an activist, because if all Nigerians, if all youth rose, if we rise up to support, to tear down tyranny, I believe if everyone is a revolutionary that reflects, very important, a revolutionary that reflects, meaning we check ourselves, we check all actions and reactions, I believe that Nigeria will be a better place, or even the country that we are deciding to break Nigeria into will be a better place. So it's very important that we deal with all of this. So let us review this. Let us discuss, what do you think will be the life of Sowore after he's released from the detention of this DSS? How do you think life will be? Do you think these people will bring in the same approach that they applied to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the kind of criminal takia, as they call it in the northern part of Nigeria, the trick? They will try to attack him. Of course, he will want to escape for his life. And once Omoyele Sowore escapes out of Nigeria, definitely he cannot come back to contest that seat of presidency. Neither can he protest in the soil in Nigeria. He will have to do that outside of Nigeria, and that is what they need. They want to shut down Sahara reporters in Nigeria. They want to shut him down from coming to Nigeria. So guys, that is my own observation, because I'm seeing a pattern. I'm seeing a pattern here. So drop your own comment. What is your take? And while you're there, if you're not part of this beautiful channel, kindly tap on that subscription button. Just smash on it, and the red notification icon bell is down there below. Tap on it, make sure it's tapped, so you will be notified whenever videos are uploaded. Thanks for stopping by.